there's a position called 50-50. You have a 50% chance of getting destroyed in this position and a 50% chance of glory.
Not good odds. As Marcelo Garcia recently said, all leg locks carry the same percentage.
I don't like to exchange like a foot ankle lock attack. I feel like it's almost like a 50% chance. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's one of the only moves that, like, when you attack someone, the person can attack you back with the same move. Different than guillotine, different than like a rear neck choke. You know what I mean? When you attack somebody with the guillotine or rear neck choke, like you have to do just with defend yourself. You cannot really attack back. So it is a part of the game that I don't like to risk. I want to have like the odds on my favor. So my whole point is like I'm just not getting into his game.
He tries to avoid the leg lock positions because in a leg lock position, you have a very good chance of initiating the leg lock position and then getting leg locked yourself. We see this all the time. I try to leg lock Marshall and he leg locks me, and he gets caught in leg locks sometimes when he tries to leg lock me. It's a very crazy shootout position. As Marcelo says, this doesn't happen in guillotine. You can't reverse a guillotine and immediately guillotine the person that's trying to choke you. So it's a risky position, but it's kind of fun.
So fun. So fun, and you got to know it. If you try to avoid leg locks, someone will bring you into them. And so before we're filming, we're talking about like, oh, how do we get into 50-50? And we're like, we actually don't do that. We don't try to go to 50-50, but it ends up happening. If you're playing leg locks with someone, the route goes there. Someone else wants to try something, they take you there. It does happen.
50-50 looks like this. We're almost scissoring each other. And we're just here. So we're just locked into this position, especially if I lock my legs and Marshall locks his legs. We just kind of get stuck here.
Even more so, a lot of people can't do this by learning this as a defense. I come up and sit back down. Now I'm super locked in. This is so frustrating.
I can't do that. I can't.
Most people can't do that.
I can't do this.
The reason this is called 50-50 is we both have the option for an inside heel hook. We can literally heel hook each other. And so if we're both in here spazzing and seeing red, we really can both injure ourselves.
If you're only practicing ankle locks, we are both in the position to ankle lock each other. So nobody is at a real advantage here in the 50-50 position. The difference in the 50-50 position is just speed and knowledge. So you have to, if you have the knowledge of certain submissions, certain defenses, certain attacks, and you have the speed, because we could both have the same knowledge, but if Marshall can initiate those faster, then he's gonna get me. It's a high-speed game here in 50-50, in all leg lock positions, but especially this one because we're starting in a place where we're both kind of stuck and nobody really has an advantage.
So the goal for anybody in 50-50 is going to be an inside heel hook. You're facing the camera, so maybe you can show. Inside heel hook. My toes go in his armpit.
This is the inside of his heel. Inside heel hooks are extra devastating because your leg can turn much more easily in this direction than it can in this direction. An inside heel hook comes much faster than an outside heel hook. So here I'm doing it without even isolating his hips. For a proper inside heel hook, I would put pressure on his hips and start to hip into balls to the side of his knee as I'm putting his heel in my mouth. We're both going for this in the 50-50. So what do? What's next from here?
To keep ourselves defensively savvy, we're gonna try to drop our knee to the middle. So for here, it'd look like this. So here you can see my knee is inside what is called the knee line. My knee is above his legs. You can see my knee over the top. So what I wanna do is drop my knee to the floor and turn my hips. So now when I pinch, his knee is above my legs, but my knee is under his legs. So now my foot is still in a little bit of danger, but my knee is not. It's not the same thing. And so from here, there's many ways to finish a heel hook. If he's crossed like this, I'd have to uncross. One thing I like to do, I learned this at 10 Planet Orange, coming under here, they call it an undercut. Now I have control of his leg, so even if he tries to cross or tries to triangle, it's in a tougher position for him, and I can come under, get my heel, go all the way, sandwich down on his toes, and now I can bring this for a gable grip. There's space between my hips and his knee, so I close that gap, and he taps. So if my knee is up like this, we call it 50-50. If I can drop my knee, this is 80-20. I'm in a much better position. Not totally safe. He can still toe hold me. Some guys get real good at grips on this and they can really hurt your ankle. It's still possible. But I'm in a much better position because I have the inside heel hook and he really does not from this position. He would need to come up and then he could do the same thing to me. He could drop his knee. Now he's an 80-20.
And the reason why 80-20 is a better position is because when Marshall puts his knee to the ground, I no longer have this isolating force on his knee. The heel hook is really a knee attack. It doesn't look like it, but we're really turning the shin bone and twisting it at the knee. So once his knee is free, he has a little bit more movement. It's a little bit better for him.
I still have his knee.
Yeah, so my knee cannot move here. So right now my knee is in a very bad position.
Yeah.
There are a few tricks here for higher level people that understand this position well.
Not safe.
It's very unsafe. This is something that you really need to practice with somebody that you consider a safe training partner.
Like us.
You know that, and you know that they're going to gently apply these positions. When we roll, even if we're going hard, if I catch this heel, I'm going to stare Marshall deep into his eyes while I rotate on his ankle to make sure he knows that I know that he knows what's going on. This requires a lot of communication and a lot of trust because this is a very dangerous position. You could really hurt yourself doing this position, and the injury comes after it hurts. So don't wait until it hurts to tap. That was inside heel hook 101. Now we go to inside heel hook 102. If Marshall goes to apply the heel hook to me, one of the possible defenses I can use is I can push my leg in, right? I push my leg in to get past. And since I don't want him to just keep heel hooking me over and over again, I'm going to turn my foot away. So now my heel is not in a place for him to easily grab it. Seems pretty safe, right?
This is a new move we've been playing with. I'm gonna push his knee to keep this direction going and come in with like an ankle lock grip until I get his heel to my nipple. I come in with a rear naked choke grip and twist that way.
In order to avoid this, maybe I don't even let him get the heel hook on me, but we're in this 50-50 and I see him going towards my foot. A common defense is going to be, and a sensible defense is going to be for me to just try to turn my foot away to not get inside heel hooked.
And I take this same position he's given me, push to reinforce, come under like an ankle lock, but I have to lift this so his heel is on my nipple, rear naked choke grip, and turn. This has become popularized by a man named Chris Wojcik.
Of the Grappler's Diary.
Grappler's
Check
Diary.
out the Grappler's Diary, it's awesome.
He was at ADCC this year, PGF this year, EBI recently. Great guy, cool guy. We call this the WOJ Lock.
It feels like an outside heel hook, but it looks like an ankle lock. So I'm not sure if this is something that you're gonna start seeing in white belt and blue belt guys sneaking this heel hook in that just looks like an ankle lock.
Yeah, to take one more look, does this look like a straight ankle lock to you? And here, I have like an ankle lock grip, but his foot is twisted, and then I twist. I don't know. I think it depends on the ref. heel to nipple, especially if you're wearing a hoodie. You have all this like extra clothing on.
Good grip.
Good grip, and then twist. I don't know.
That gives a feeling like an outside heel hook. So an outside heel hook looks like this. We call it an outside heel hook because I'm turning the heel to the outside of his body. So this would be a standard outside heel hook. Here, same on the knee, but you have a little bit more travel with the outside heel hook than with the inside heel hook. Now there's another lock within the same series from the 50-50 position. I'm not letting Marshall get this here at all. So no way. And then I'm out, right? I'm safe.
So we have a good one on this far leg as well. To get the good direction, I'm gonna push his knee. Ankle lock, scoop this in until his heel's on my nipple. Hey, just like the other one. Rear naked choke grip and come back. So his foot is bent, heel on my nipple, rear naked choke grip, and pull back.
This feels like an inside heel hook.
This is Aoki Lock on the secondary leg. So the primary leg is the one between, that's the one we can heel hook. Secondary leg, we push the knee, ankle lock scoop until his heel is on our nipple. Ooh, didn't even get the full grip on before he's tapping.
Yeah.
Pushing to get the bend and the angle. Rear naked choke grip, come back. And this is a good sequence because if he feels this coming and pulls his leg, we're in good position for what we really want, inside heel hook.
If you're in kind of a shootout, one guy has an inside heel hook, the other guy has the outside heel hook, the inside heel hook is gonna win.
If he
Generally.
taps, yeah.
If he taps. Another fun fact about heel hooks is some people just won't tap to heel hooks.
It's crazy.
Cut to Mikey Musumeci versus Guntamar Bayanduran, where Mikey just broke everything in his knee.
Everything.
He just didn't tap.
And so we touched on this before, but a good way to practice, we call this catch and release. So if I have a good heel hook up Tahric, like he said before, I look at him. Right now he's looking at me, so that feels like a tap. But every once in a while you get someone whose eyes are all over the place. He's looking for help, he's trying to get something, and we just let it go.
Yeah.
Literally back out.
Yeah, if you get somebody and they just don't, it seems like they don't know what's happening and they don't realize the threat, then just let go of them. You don't need to teach them that lesson.
No, do not teach them that lesson.
Yeah.
This gets a little more complicated in competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say in competition, if it's a competition for a plastic medal, somebody in your city, do you want to destroy them? But if it's for $10,000,
there's money on the line.
If there's money on the line, then that might change things. And then you assume that everybody is qualified to be there and everybody is qualified to know when to quit. But in class,
in class, never.
My judgment is never do this.
Never
do this. Never hold on to a heel hook that somebody is not tapping to. Either A, your heel hook sucks and you're not doing it right, or B, they don't know what's happening and they're not gonna tap.
Yeah. Be careful.
Be careful out there. 50-50 shootouts.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a very risky way to practice this. Yeah, sucks. Oof. Some guys go armbar.
I like that shotgun armbar.
Oof. Yeah, that's brutal. Outside Aoki, it's real.
It is real. Come check us out. Come roll with us. As long as you're not a psycho.
Yes.